Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a requested video of how to cut and sew a waist snatch Victorian corset with scoop neckline. So if you haven't yet seen the drafting tutorial, please go down to my YouTube channel, or I'm going to leave the link at the description box. So with that, let's dive right into today's video. To start, here is my pattern piece and I've gone ahead to cut it out. And if you notice, I added ½ inch round the first pattern, the second pattern, and on the third pattern I only added round and I didn't add at the side of the pattern. This is because I already added a joining allowance. So what I will do right now is to cut this out, and then I will be cutting ½ inch or adding ½ inch after my chest line. So I'll be using that part to cut out my wadding, and I'll also go ahead to unpin this part, and I will be cutting out the part that I'll be using to cut out my wadding also. So opening it right now, here this part will be facing this side and I'll be joining with ½ inch. But before I go ahead to join with ½ inch, I'm going to go ahead to iron a wadding, or you can add a bra cup, already made bra cup, to your pattern. So I'll just go ahead and also cut out this one, and while cutting it I'm going to add ½ inch after my chest line and then cut exactly at my under bust. So to cut the other side, I'm going to place my tape and measure. So I have my nipple to nipple divided by 2 here plus ½ inch, so I'll be using that to cut out the wadding for that side. I'll go ahead and open this and I'll be joining it with ½ inch on the other side of my pattern. But before going ahead to join, just like I said, I will be adding a wadding to this pattern. So I'll bring out my wadding, which is a soft wadding. So you can use a bra foam, you can use a wadding, or you can use a bra cup. So for this one, I'll go ahead and place, and I will be cutting this out. And while cutting for this, I'll make sure it is on fold, and then I'll cut exactly my under bust, add ½ inch by the side. On the upper part I did not add, but if you want to add to yours, go ahead to do that. But I don't like trimming out the excess that I will have, so what I do is just to avoid adding ½ inch at the upper part. So I'll go ahead and I will add wadding underneath it, and I will go ahead to iron it down. So a little trick: if your wadding is not ironing down to your fabric, go ahead to add a hemming gum to it and you go ahead to iron. So I'll just trace out the excess I have there, and now we'll be cutting out the other side of the wadding. So I'll go ahead and place this, and I will be adding ½ inch in front for this one and also ½ inch for the side. So I won't be adding at the lower part and at the upper part of this pattern. So I'll just go ahead and I will cut this out. So after cutting this out, I will be placing it underneath the fabric just like I did on that part, and I will iron this out. So all this process I am taking on this front part, I'll also repeat it at the back. So make sure it's the shiny part you're placing at the wrong side of your fabric this way, because it has a shiny part that can glue to your fabric. So here is the lining part, and I ironed gum stay to it, and I'll go ahead to join it with ½ inch. So please, when you're ironing your gum stay to this, make sure it's the thicker gum stay so that you'll have that stable effect at the upper part of your dress. And also for your fabric, please go ahead to iron an air stay to it. So this is a requested video, I'm just showing how to make this, so that is why I didn't iron that. So for this pattern I added ½ inch all the way around, aside for the side of this pattern, which I've already added ½ inch when we were cutting it out. So for this part, I went ahead to notch the upper part and the side facing the lacing bar area, just to indicate that I have a lacing bar there. So now I'll also unpin this, and I will be joining it with ½ inch. So just the same way I'm joining this, I will be joining my lining with the same process. I'll just go ahead to place and join. So just like I said, if you're actually making this to wear or for your client, please go ahead and iron an stay to your fabric. This helps with the stability of the fabric, especially at the front where you have the scoop neckline. So here I'll join with ½ inch, and I'll also repeat the same at the lining. So here's my fabric after I'm done joining, and this is what I have, and I'll go ahead to iron this out so that it's going to sit properly and very well. and I'll go ahead to join this with 1/2 inch, and I will repeat this on the lining piece also. Here's my lining after I'm done joining, and I'll go ahead also to join it just like I joined the main fabric, and make sure that is exactly the same length. So after I'm done joining, this is my fabric, strip of fabric that I cut, which is about 2 inches. So at the center, I'll go ahead to create a boning channel on top. So I'll place with 1/2 inch, then go ahead to fold it over and top stitch. So the width of this fabric is about 2 inches, and the total length depends on the length of the boning channel or your boning casing that you're creating. I'll also go ahead to do this on the side and all the lines that I have in front. So you can also do this at the joining of the dress, but I left mine. And for the back, you're going to leave it because you're going to be sewing a boning channel at the back for your lacing bar area. So this is me after I was done sewing. I just went ahead to attach my boning to the lower part. So for the part going to the nipple to nipple line at the center and also at the other side of the nipple to nipple, I stopped the boning at the under bust. You can take this upper, that is to the upper part of the dress, but I like leaving mine at the under bust. This will help give your breast or bust a lift at the under bust, especially if you are not wearing bra. But if you're okay passing your boning to the upper part, go ahead to do that. So I'll go ahead to pass all my boning and to the side also. So I did not add this boning channel to this side, so you can also decide to add yours. So just like I said, this is just a requested video that I'm doing an illustration on. So you can also create as much boning channel, but at the last side of the lacing bar area, you're going to leave it because you're going to be creating your space for the lacing bar area. So I'll just go ahead and pass my boning at the other side, and then we'll go ahead to turn this Victorian corset over with our lining. So after I was done passing my boning, this is the lining piece. I'll go ahead to place the lining on it, and I will pin it, and make sure that the joining on the lining matches the one you have on the main fabric. And after pinning it, we'll go ahead to join this. Please, if you have any excess on the lining, please go ahead to trim it out to avoid your dress not matching the main fabric of the dress. And when you're pinning up, please make sure that you open up the sewing allowance of the dress. So after you're done pinning, you're just going to go ahead to stitch your dress down with 1/2 inch, starting from the side to the armhole area to the upper part of the scoop neckline and down to the armhole and the side of the dress. So after I'm done sewing, this is what I have, and I'll just go ahead to use my scissors to notch it all the way around. So after that, I'll just go ahead to turn this to the right side, and I'll go ahead to iron it out so that it's going to sit very well before we go ahead to sew the boning channel area and also wrap the lower part of the dress. So this is why I said you should also use a thicker gum stay at first, so that the upper part of the dress will sit very well, especially the scoop neckline area of the dress. So at this point, you also want to adjust your dress in case you have any excess. you're going to go ahead to cut it out before you can go ahead to even iron it out. So after I'm done ironing it out, on this part I'll sew with 1/2 inch, then sew another 1/2 inch and sew another 1/2 inch. That is creating the boning channel, the eyelet space and the boning channel. So after sewing that, you'll be passing a boning to it, which will help hold the back part of the dress. So you'll be inserting 2 boning at both sides. So after you're done doing that, you're going to fold over your fabric this way, and you're going to be using it to wrap the lower part. You're going to place stitch with 1/2 inch, follow the shape you have at the lower part to the end. So after you're done stitching that, you're going to also place and then take it to the other side, and you're going to top stitch this all the way around your dress. So after I was done sewing, this is the final look of the dress. If you find this tutorial very interesting and educative, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and join us in our next video. Thanks.